The October surge continues for the Lady Cougars, who open up a 3-game homestand tonight against Flagler. Can CSU finally get over the 500 mark, or will it be the Saints returning to even for the course? We're about to find out right here on Cougar Sports TV. At the Frank G. Lumpkin Center in Columbus, Georgia, it's the Columbus State Lady Cougars and the Flagler Saints. Welcome to our broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Will DeBoer, and we are moments away from another exciting edition of CSU Volleyball. The Lady Cougars are back to 500 after a dramatic comeback over Georgia Regents on Wednesday, their third win in a row. In this new era, Columbus's program has come to love the month of October. They are 7-1 this month and were 8-2 last October. The month has seen them improve their hitting percentage from 148 to 196, a 48-point swing, and they're averaging nearly 4 more digs per set as well. The Lady Cougars have to channel that power tonight against a defensive-minded team from St. Augustine. As for these Flagler Saints, it's a down year for one of the Peach Belt's more consistently good teams. It could be excused somewhat as a rebuilding year under a new head coach, but Matt Affolter's side is on track recently. They have recently swept GRU, Georgia College, and Francis Marion all in a row. A win tonight would put the Saints back at 500 overall in the conference, and a loss would drop the Lady Cougars to 1 under 500. Right now, it's Mark Madden who you hear with the public address announcements. He'll bring you the anthem and the lineups.
Freshman number 7, Sarah Davis. A junior number 10, Amelia Morgan. A junior number 11, Jaylee Torres-Lopez. A freshman number 14, Tasia Valmier. The Saints are led by head coach Matt Apple. And now for the starting lineup for your Lady Cougars. A senior from Rolla, Texas, number 3, Katie Poole. A sophomore from Belgrade, Serbia, number 5, Ivana Kazic. A sophomore from Sylvania, Ohio, number 7, Megan Crane. A sophomore from Birmingham, Alabama, number 17, Kylie Bobian. A sophomore from Columbus, Georgia, number 22, Mary McCarty. A sophomore from West Chicago, Illinois, number 24, Andrea Shipster. A sophomore from Columbus, Georgia, number 19, Caitlin Merrick. The Lady Cougars are led by head coach Casey Cornett. Fans, at this time, will you please rise and honor America for the playing of our national anthem.
Yes, it does, and we are ready to go just about on a Friday night of Peach Belt volleyball. Columbus State in the home white uniforms. They will move left to right in this first set as you see it. The visitors from Flagler in the all blacks moving right to left. A few keys to the game for each side as they make their last-minute pep talk to each other. For Columbus State, they need to bring a sledgehammer to this Flagler wall. Flagler's a very strong defensive team. They need to attack and attack and attack and hope that they can break through the long arms of some of these Flagler frontline defenders. Conversely, they also need to bring their defense against a powerful Flagler attack. They need to get all their passes in order. They can't afford to shank too many digs. As for Flagler, they need to establish a Maginot line up front. Never mind that the Maginot line was destroyed. Impenetrable wall on that front net. And their offensive game needs to be up to par. Especially important for their setter, Amelia Morgan, to play on the same level as CSU's Ivana Kazic. Morgan's numbers put her in the middle of the pack decidedly in terms of Peach Belt setters. Kazic, of course, one of the premier quarterbacks in this league, averaging over 10 assists per set. Katie Poole to serve for the Lady Cougars, and we are underway from Lumpkin Center. Kazic takes the dig on the overpass. The setup is to Skipor, and Andrea Skipor picks up her first kill of the night. Skipor, the sophomore out of West Chicago, Illinois, getting a rare start tonight in place of Erica Geljanite, who is starting on the bench. And Poole sends the serve wide. A giveaway is the first point of the night for the Saints. This is Megan Hooks now. And Hooks sends it over. Merritt with the dig. Kazic with her first set. It's to Megan Frame. And she frames that one beautifully. The middles for CSU coming up big in this October run. Megan Frame, Kylie Bobian, Mary McCarty in some instances as well. Frame with the serve. The set by Morgan goes backward. Here's an attack dug out by Frame. Kazic behind the back pass. This one goes back to Skipor. Morgan setting up Sarah Davis, and Davis picks up the kill. Flagler ties it again. That was Sarah Davis, a 6'1 freshman from Akron, Ohio. Coming down to Florida at the same time LeBron James went back to Ohio. So there's your trade-off. The serve by Tasia Valmier goes over without a hitch, and Bobian with a powerful strike to begin. It's dug out. Valmier sends it back over. Kazic's passes to Mary McCarty. Dig by Peony. Janelle Sturgeon with her first swing of the day. It comes up dug. And Kazic sends it over. Ivana Kazic has been digging a lot more recently. If she were an outside hitter or a middle, she'd have the highest attack percentage of anyone on CSU in about the 250s. And it's 3-2 for CSU. The Lady Cougars and Saints trading the first 5 points of the match. Sabrina Rogers, a freshman from Iowa City, now in to serve. And Rogers floats it over. Morgan with the fake set, and she picks up a kill for herself. Amelia Morgan getting some muster behind that dump of a shot. And the junior out of Fort Collins, Colorado, picks up the kill and the point for the Saints. Davis, the freshman, now on to serve. Kazic underhand set. It's a back row swing by Poole. Nice dig by Valmier. Here's Janelle Sturgeon, and Sturgeon picks up the kill. Janelle Sturgeon, another one of these 6-footers for Flagler out of Clearmont, Florida. She's a sophomore. One of 7 players for Flagler over 6 feet. And Flagler puts together the first consecutive points of the match. The ace by Sarah Davis. Three in a row for the Saints, and it's 5-3. Rogers with the dig. Here's Mary McCarty with a mid-level swing. Whistle, net violation. Morgan got into the net, and CSU takes advantage. Now another substitution. Megan Charnett on to serve for the Lady Cougars. Charnett, another northerner, comes from Champaign, Illinois. One of 2 seniors on the team this year. Morgan setting up Sturgeon, and Sturgeon goes fishing, picks up another kill. Sturgeon averaging 2.5 kills per set, and she's almost there already in the opening 10 points. Now here's a left-handed serve by Amelia Morgan. Charnett has to slide for it. KP with the swing, and she finds the corner. Katie Poole, a guided missile. Coast to coast, hits that back corner near the line's judge. And now it's 6-5, CSU within 1. Kylie Beaubien on to serve. She has 19 aces on the season. We'll have to wait one more turn at least for 20. Frame with the block, a continuation by Flagler, and the over is by Caitlin Kovac, the libero. Frame with the swing, it's blocked. Rogers with the overpass. Set up for Megan Hooks. Charnett goes back for the set. KP with a back row swing. Set is to Megan Hooks again. One Megan to another. Charnett digs it. Frame sets it up to Katie Poole. 3 straight Megans on that volley. And a whistle against Flagler. One of the Saints got over the net, and Coach Matt Alferter not very happy with that call. CSU will take it. They are tied again, 6-all. And Beaubien sends it wide of the sideline. Second service error for the Lady Cougars. And it's 7-6 for Flagler. And to serve now, Ashley Leckleidner Rodriguez. That'll be fun to say. Junior out of Jacksonville, Florida, new with the team this year after transferring from Florida State College of Jacksonville. And Kozic couldn't stay out of the net on that difficult setup. Team's getting caught in the net early on in this first set. Flagler retakes the 2-point lead. And Leckleidner Rodriguez sends it into the net. Both teams trading mistakes. Through these first 15 points, it's a CSU deficit, and Kozic is back to serve. Fana gets it over. Morgan setting up Hooks with the tip. Skipor digs. And Kozic goes right back to her. Andrea Skipor is dug out. The setup by Morgan, swing by Valmir. Going back to Skipor, and Andrea Skipor got the start, and it's paid off early. She's got 2 kills for the Lady Cougars. Flagler could not control the dig on that one, and CSU is tied again. And Kozic picks up another ace. Ivana Kozic, the team's second leading server, now with 29 aces. She trails just her teammate Erica Geljanite, who has 42. And wouldn't it be something if she got them all back on this rally? Nearly on the way to a 30th. Free ball over by Flagler. Kozic the quick set to Frame, and did she get it down in time? No. Hits it wide of that sideline. Frame usually very accurate with those swings. She swings at a rate of 227, which is the best of the regular attackers. Not that time. And Katie Poole is denied. Flagler gets the picket fence up, and it was Hooks and Davis. 2 of the young guns for Flagler, the sophomore Hooks and the freshman Davis. And the Saints retake the lead. It's 10-9. A lead which they promptly give back as Caitlin Kovac could not get that serve inbounds. All, both teams in double figures. It's been a back and forth early part of this first set. No team has gotten out in front by more than 2. Poole with the serve. The setup is to Davis, and Sarah Davis picks up another kill. This is Hooks to serve. One of the non-Florida residents on this Flagler team. She comes to us from Apex, North Carolina. And CSU out of formation on the serve. A free point to the Flagler Saints. You don't usually see that at this level. Maybe freshman ball, not Division II. CSU trying to rebound this time. And Kozic gets into the net. Oh no, rather it's a double contact. Bad set from Ivana Kozic, and Flagler takes advantage of a couple CSU miscues. They have their largest lead of the match at 13-10. Merritt. Kozic passes to McCarty. Nice diving dig by Kovac. The swing by Valmir. She tried to go coast to coast. It's dug out. And Skipor! Andrew Skipor threading the needle. Lechleidner Rodriguez couldn't get down in time, and Skips has kill number 3. CSU gets the serve back, down 2. Megan Frame to send it over. Nearly an ace that time. Valmir with the tip, and she's got a kill. Tasia Valmir reading the wall. Plays the finesse game over blunt strength, and Flagler has the serve back. And Valmir, the freshman out of Green Cove Springs, Florida, will serve. Kozic behind the back to Skipor again. She's the hot hand, and it's dug out that time. Free ball coming for CSU. Can they capitalize? Mary McCarty with the swing, and she kills it. McCarty got the ricochet off of the fingertips. That's her second kill of the night. It's the high up numbers, 22 and 24. McCarty and Skipor, 5 of the 8 kills for CSU so far. As Rogers serves, and Rogers nearly picked up an ace. Flagler not the strongest return game so far. McCarty, did she get it down? No. Hits it long. And just long. Landed around that Peach Belt logo. Sarah Davis back serving again. Rogers with a tough dig. KP the back row swing. Morgan with a diving dig. Here's Sturgeon with the standing swing. Slide play to Beaubien, who tips it. Another nice dig. The setup is back to Sturgeon. Janelle Sturgeon. 3 kills tonight. And it prompts a timeout by Coach Casey Cornett. Flagler leads 16-12 at the first break. Now a quick word about this Flagler team. Indeed, it is their first year under Coach Matt Affolder. Comes to us after coaching 1 year at the University of Dayton. Yes, that is a Division I school. Spent 5 years as an assistant coach up there. Replaces Brian Heffernan after 2 years at the helm. Last year at Dayton, Affolder was 16 and 13. He got them ranked as high as 22nd at one point. And he has instituted his defensive-minded game here at Flagler. They're one of the top blocking teams in all of the PBC. A game he learned observing volleyball on the mean streets of Indiana. Decatur, Indiana to be exact, near Fort Wayne in the eastern part of that state. Got his first coaching job at Muncie Central High School. And started out at the college level as an assistant at Indiana University. Now he's down in the sunshine of Florida, leading this Flagler squad, which had a rough start to the Peach Belt season, but has gotten their act together, and just in time for the end of October. They'll look to continue their streak against this Columbus State team, also looking to still win. Beaubien is dug out. Here's Sturgeon again. The tip, overpassed by Rogers, an immediate swing back over. Here's Mary McCarty now, dug out by Valmir. Morgan, the setup is to Valmir again, straight into the net, point CSU. Tasia Valmir, swinging from the back row, didn't get enough elevation on that one. It's a 3-point lead for the Lady, deficit for the Lady Cougars rather, as Charnett comes back in to serve. And Megan sends it into the net. Twine getting tickled often in this first set. Numerous errors for both sides. And it's a 4-point lead for the Saints. Morgan with another tough serve. Kozic with the fake set, and she picks up another kill. Ivana Kozic has really figured it out this month. In addition to having 10 straight matches of more than 42 assists, she's really upped her attack game. Must have taken some acting lessons at the CSU Theater program. Rogers with a tough dig. Here is Katie Poole on the attack, and Poole finds the back line. Talk about someone else stepping up. It was Katie Poole, the other senior on this team out of Rolette, Texas. Back in the PBC top 10 in kills and kills per set. She struggled in September, voted a preseason all-conference this year. And the kill goes to Megan Hooks. That one finds the floor unimpeded by CSU defense. Leckleidner Rodriguez back on to serve. Out of Ponte Vedra High School, the home of a bunch of our soccer players at CSU, and she picks up the ace. Number 22 on the season for Ashley Leckleidner Rodriguez, and another timeout by Casey Cornett. Columbus State down 4 early in this match, later in the first set. A handful of errors for each side. 3 against CSU on the attack. Flagler has 2 attacking errors. And then plenty of bad serves and missed opportunities, but more so for CSU, who have even had a formation, or rather rotation violation at one point in this set. On the positive side, production coming from the non-usual, non-traditional starters for CSU. Andrea Skipor and Mary McCarty teaming up for 5 kills. That's half of the CSU kills thus far. Neither of them is on the court right now. It's Frame, Kozic, Poole, Charnett, Rogers, and Merritt. Nearly every year represented on this CSU floor right now, except for juniors. They have just one of them. Here's Katie Poole, the senior. It's dug out. A nice tough dig by Kovac. And that coast-to-coast swing goes out of bounds. And now Skipor coming back in. Andrea Skipor back on the front line. CSU's tallest player, standing at 6'3". One of 3 Lady Cougars over 6 foot. Again against 7 for Flagler. Morgan setting up Valmir, who stands 5'10". Short comparatively. And Caitlin Merritt's going to be called for a double contact. Uncharacteristic of Caitlin Merritt, the libero for CSU during most matches. She had 37 assists coming into this one, the most of the non-setters for the Lady Cougars. Digs that one out properly. Slide play to Megan Frame, and she picks up the kill. Megan Frame played pinball with the picket fence of Flagler. A well-executed slide play from Kozic, and it's a 3-point deficit now for the Lady Cougars. Sets to Valmir, who has to go back to swing that one. Mary McCarty with the attack. The setup is to Davis. Davis pushes out of bounds. Davis tried for the corner and overshot it by half a foot, maybe. That's CSU's back within 2. Crunch time in set 1. 18-20, rather 20-18. Davis swings and picks up a kill. Kozic couldn't get the dig controlled. Now Sarah Davis coming to us from Firestone High School in Akron. She's been productive very early, 3 kills already. And another rotation program for Columbus State. Rotation problems. We've had 2 of them in the first set. Now Coach Cornett coming out to figure out what in the world is going on. Flagler with a pair of free points in this set. It's a 22-18 lead. And Hooks with the serve. Kozic, the setup again on the slide play to frame. Morgan setting up Valmir. The block is there. Skipor and frame fired up. Big defense for Columbus. They get the serve back. Down 3 points. Increasingly small margin of error. Flagler 3 points away from taking the opener. Kovac digs. Quick set to Davis. Nice dig by Kozic. Skipor aims for the sideline and gets it down. Andrea Skipor, a big first set. That's her 4th kill against no errors. Her season high is 13. She got that in the start against Lander. Coach Cornett going back to her for the start this time, and it's paying dividends. Timeout taken by Coach Affolter. Flagler leads 22-20. CSU coming back. Well, Flagler's had its fair share of strong attackers so far as well. Janelle Sturgeon has 3 kills. Sturgeon, 6 foot out of Clearmont, Florida. Lettered in 4 sports at Lake Minneola High School and was the 2011 Lake County Player of the Year. And then Sarah Davis, a freshman. Not many freshmen coming in this year for Flagler, just Valmir and Davis, but Davis has really made her presence felt. Came into this match with 225 kills, a hitting percentage of .302, which is spectacular, and she's no stranger to big offensive performances. At Firestone High School, she set a school record, 38 kills in 1 match. She accounted for a set and a half of points on her own in high school. Now she's at Flagler looking to make an impact in this game. Valmir, the other freshman, with a nice attack. Poole goes out to dig it, and she swings from the back row. Morgan, quick set to Davis. Kozic with the overpass. Valmir sends it back over and out of bounds. But no, Kylie Bobian couldn't stay out of the net. Oh, a giveaway for CSU, giving it right back to Flagler. Now it's 23-20. Coach Cornett getting an explanation. And now it's Valmir serving, 2 points away from taking the opener. Merritt, Kozic, McCarty with the swing. Valmir, a nice dig. Morgan gets it over. Bobine tips it. The joust. And McCarty. Mary McCarty pushes and gets it. Lady Cougars hanging tough. It's 23-21. Sabrina Rogers back on to serve. CSU running out of time. Another near ace for Rogers. The back row swing by Valmir. Hits the corner. Miscommunication. Merritt and Poole both thought it was going out. At the last second, it dove. Found the court in time, and now it's set point for Flagler. Here's Davis to serve for it. Rogers digs. The setup is to Bobian. Kylie barely gets it over. Davis setting up Sturgeon. Sturgeon out of bounds. Flagler letting the Lady Cougars hang around in this first set. It's 24-22, and after a false start, a substitution is made. And now it's Megan Charnett to serve. She had a service error earlier in this match, another one of those right now, and Flagler takes it. But she gets over without incident. Morgan, the setup is to Sturgeon. Holy mackerel, Janelle Sturgeon. Another kill for her. That's number 4, and it's number 25 for Flagler. They take the opening set 25-22. Going to take a short break. In about 2.5 minutes, we'll be back to recap the first set and get you ready for the second, right here on Cougar Sports TV. You're watching Columbus State Volleyball. And we're back at Lumpkin Center. Flagler takes the opener 25-22. CSU looking to rebound in set 2. Let's take a look back at set 1. Columbus State. Fundamentals, you rarely expect those to be the killers. It was quite deadly for the Lady Cougars. 3 service errors, 2 rotation violations, and those resulted in the difference for the Lady Cougars in that set. Flagler, meanwhile, the youth movement is alive and well for Coach Affolter. 10 of his 12 kills came from freshmen or sophomores, Valmere, Davis, and Sturgeon. Columbus, meanwhile, they came into this game notorious for attacking errors. They had those under control in the first set. 13 kills against just 3 errors. They were hitting .278. But again, it was the fundamentals that got in the way of a first set victory. And now the Lady Cougars, like in the first match this season, find themselves down early to Flagler. The Saints took the first 2 from St. Augustine a month ago. CSU responded to win the third, and then Flagler closed it out in the fourth. Erica Galjanite back onto the court after missing that first set, and she pushes her first attack wide. Point going to Flagler. Rare to see Galjanite miss an entire set. She's been the lifeblood of CSU this season. KP with a back row swing, dug out by Kopak. Valmere on the swing. Here's Andrea Skipor. Picket fences up. CSU responds. And Galjanite can't get it down again. 2 swings, 2 errors against Erica, and it's 2 points for Flagler. Kovac with another serve. Galjanite swings again, and she's out of bounds again. 3 strikes and you're out. That's the way it works in baseball and volleyball. It means Flagler gets 3 in a row. Geljanite digs that one out. Kazic with a quick dump over, and she picks up another kill. Third time today Ivana Kazic has done that successfully. Hitting 1,000. Don't you love to see that? First point of the set for CSU, and Megan Frame now serves. Tough dig by Leckleidner Rodriguez. The tip by Sarah Davis. Diving dig by Katie Poole. Tip by Skipor. The pancake by Hooks. No one's there to get it. And Skipor picks up another kill. CSU back within one. The set by Morgan is to Valmir, and she hits it long. So the Saints start out the second set with a field goal, and CSU gets one of its own. It's 3-all in set two. This one is to Megan Hooks, and Hooks finds the corner for a Flagler point. Megan Hooks had a kill in the first set. Now she's got a kill in the second. And Flagler's in the lead again. Hooks is back to serve. A state champion with Apex High School in North Carolina. Skipor with a powerful swing. It knocks Kovac back on her side. And the swing by Valmir goes long again. CSU ties again. Andrea Skipor taken out in favor of a new server. It's Sabrina Rogers, but Skipor has been impacting this game all night. 5 kills already on 10 swings. No errors, and even when she's not getting the kill, she's doing things like that, sending Caitlin Kovac way back. Valmir tips it and gets it through the wall. Kazic and Bobian were established, but Valmir was able to read the wall and poke it through the knot hole. And now she's back to serve. Kazic, it's over to Geljanite, dug out by Kovac. The swing from the middle by Davis. Rogers shanks the dig, and it goes into the scorer's table and out of bounds. Point Flagler. (6-4) for the Saints. Looking to make it a 7th. Poole nearly gives the dig away. Now she gets the swing overpass. Bobian, Kazic, Geljanite, and it's blocked, but it goes out of bounds. Erica Geljanite picking up her first kill. And now the Lady Cougars are back within 1. And it will be Geljanite to serve, the top ace maestro for CSU with 42 of them. Here's a swing by Sturgeon. Kazic setting up KP on the left side. Dug out by Kovac. Morgan, the sets to Davis. Solo block attempt by Bobian. She controls it now. It'll go right back to her on the slide play, and Kylie Bobian does it all on that rally. The block, the dig, the slide play from Kazic, and she picks up her first kill of the match. CSU is even. And Geljanite gives it away with a serve into the net. Point going back to Flagler. Counted as the 4th service error for Columbus State so far. And now here's Sarah Davis. Kazic underhand set. Here's Poole. Tips it. Continuation. Here's a joust by Sturgeon. Rogers with a tough dig. And a free ball over by Kazic. Set up this time is to Janelle Sturgeon. Hits it long. Flagler calling for a tip, and they're going to get it. Flagler back up 2. Sturgeon in the middle of the action again. Kazic, the set straight up to Bobian. And they call Amelia Morgan for a miss-hit. Double contacts. And CSU gets the serve back. Here is Kylie Bobian. And Bobian finds the back line, an ace for Kylie. Number 20 on the year, miscommunication on that Flagler back line. They thought it was going to overshoot it. It did not. This time they dig it out. Swing by Sturgeon on the left side. Janelle Sturgeon. She's really biting tonight. That's her 6th kill already. And Flagler retakes the lead. Morgan is back to serve. Also keep an eye on that Flagler side, a new face in the second set. Jaylene Torres Lopez, number 11, new on the court. Poole pushes, dug out by Valmir, and the set is to the new one, Torres Lopez. Kozic with the dump. Say hello to kill number 4, Ivana Kozic. Those acting lessons are really paying off, folks. That's her 4th kill on as many of those dump attempts as she has done tonight, 4 for 4. Now she serves it over. Sturgeon swinging for it, dug out by Merritt. Kozic. Poole had to tip it, and it falls on the CSU side. Point to Flagler. Now here's Leitner Rodriguez coming on to serve. Flagler, the rare occurrence of having 2 hyphenated names on the court at once. Lopez Torres and Leitner Rodriguez. The set's to Katie Poole from the back, and she hits it wide. Katie Poole sneaking up that time, couldn't get established well enough. Second error for her today, and it's 11-9 for the Saints. Now the set's to Megan Frame. Slide away, Megan Frame, another kill for her. CSU's back into double figures. Mary McCarty back in for Gail Janite. She'll be on the front line as Katie Poole serves. Digs straight up into the air, another diving set by Morgan. Free ball over, CSU with a chance to tie. Frame from the middle, the block is there, CSU keeps it alive. Nice dig by Kozic. Poole pushes over. Set to Valmir. Point to the Saints as that block went into the antenna. Teams trading points in the first part of this set as they did in the first. 12-10 now. Tough set for Kozic. Straight up to McCarty. And the block is there again. It's Hooks and it's Davis. Three-point cushion for Flagler. Their largest since it was 3-0. Skipor swinging for it. And she picks up another kill. Andrea Skipor still perfect. 6 kills against no errors. Frame serves without incident. Morgan, the setup is to Valmir. Tasia Valmir. What a shot. A cut shot. Finds the corner. Another 3-point lead for Flagler. Now it's Hooks to serve. A regular for this Saints squad. She was a starter all of last year, too, in her freshman year. McCarty swings for it. Dug out by Kovac. Going back to Valmir for it. Another cut shot, another kill. Tasia Valmir really navigating that court well. Back-to-back cut shot kills going coast to coast. It's a 4-point lead for the Saints and another timeout for CSU. Well, it's been a mixed bag for Tasia Valmir tonight. 7 kills against 5 errors. But she has gotten it together in the past few moments. As for CSU, it's Skipor, the top performer, 6 kills against no errors. After her is the setter, Ivana Kozic, with 4 kills on 4 attempts. Still the hitting percentage of 1,000 today. to go along with her 13 assists and 3 digs. Friday night crowd here at Lumpkin Center on homecoming weekend. A host of activities all throughout Columbus and all throughout this weekend. If you like your Lady Cougars sports, there's 2 of them tomorrow. The volleyball team is right back here at Lumpkin to face the PBC favorite Armstrong State squad. That match at 4 o'clock. And the Lady Cougars soccer team, fresh off a big win over North Georgia, has a 3 o'clock meeting with Lander at the Walden Soccer Complex. Neither of those games will be streamed, but you can see them in person right here on campus. Kozic, the setup is to Mary McCarty. McCarty! Flagler tried to play pinball with it for a moment, but they couldn't control. Mary McCarty with her 4th kill of the night, and CSU breaks the timeout by breaking the rally. A 3-point deficit. Number 4 is on to serve. It's Sabrina Rogers. One of a handful of freshmen this year for Casey Cornett. She's the only one who sees regular playing time. And another freshman, Sarah Davis. Regular playing time, regular dominance. A quick strike from the middle. Davis has 5 kills, and Flagler has the lead back to 4. Val Meir to serve. A 2-way player. She is specialty with the kills and the digs. That's the first Kozic attack that has been dug out by Flagler, and Sturgeon picks up the kill. Flagler starting to find their rhythm. This is around the same time they figured it out in the first set. This time unaided by CSU fundamental mistakes. It's a 5-point lead. Bobian tips the overpass by Kovac. The setup is to McCarty. Mary McCarty, coast to coast, celebrate that party. McCarty's up to 5 kills, 1 behind Andrea Skapor's team lead, and she comes off in favor of Megan Charnett to serve. CSU with a 4-point hill to climb. And make it a 3-point hill. Double contact against Flagler. And another point to CSU. Kovac digs. Swing by Davis. Out of bounds. Sarah Davis couldn't get that one down in time. Goes wide of that back sideline. And now CSU just a pair of points to tie it. Tough dig by Amber Peone. Here's Janelle Sturgeon. Tries the back line. Hits long. 3 in a row for CSU. Charnett to serve again, and she is fired up. Pumping her fist on that last point. Now she's serving for the tie. Sturgeon. Hook, line, and sinker. Janelle Sturgeon kills the rally. And it's 18-16 for Flagler. Davis back to serve, a 2-point cushion for the Saints. Charnett digs out. The set's to Katie Poole. Block is there. CSU continues it. Goes right back to Poole. Wide. Saint point. KP's missed a couple times on that sideline. 3 errors against just 2 kills. She's got an attack rate in the negative range now. Behind the back pass to Bobian. Flagler eventually corrals it. Sturgeon fires over. Going back to Katie Poole. Gets it inbounds this time. Sturgeon swings. Continuation. And all Flagler can do is send a free ball over. Can CSU capitalize? Yes, they can! Quick strike from Kylie Bobian. Blink and you miss it. The register between Kozic and Bobian. And CSU has the serve back. Kylie with her 2nd kill, and now she will serve. Had an ace earlier in the set. Nearly had another one there. Sturgeon swinging from the middle, right through Rogers' paws. Point goes back to Flagler. Sabrina Rogers couldn't get him up in time. Quick velocity off of Janelle Sturgeon's right hand. And she's got 9 kills already. That's a team lead for both teams. Frame the quick strike. What a firecracker. Oh, I wish we had a radar gun for that thing. Megan Frame breaking all sorts of speed limits in Lumpkin Center. That's her 4th kill, and CSU has the serve back. Kozic gets it over. Morgan, the set is to Hooks. Charnett digs. Tough set by Kozic, Skipor. Andrea digs it out, and they go right back to Skips. Another block, another continuation for CSU. All they can manage is the over. Overpass, Poole with the joust. Sturgeon swings, coast to coast. Kozic digs out, Merritt gets around her. Skipor floats it just wide. Long volley by both sides. CSU tripped up at the last moment. And Andrea Skipor, with her first error of the match, tried to float it coast to coast and sent it straight into the Pacific. And that'll prompt Casey Cornett's second timeout of the set. That's her last. A 3-point lead for Flagler. They've got 4 to go. This match on the way to looking more and more like it did September 27th in St. Augustine, on that beautiful Flagler campus in the heart of downtown St. Augustine. Saints knocked off the Lady Cougars 3-1. For Columbus State, that was in the middle of their stretch of really putting the errors on the board. They out-aired Flagler 32-17 in that match. Really got it under control recently. Janelle Sturgeon came up big in that match as well. She had 10 kills. Now she's just 1 shy of that total today. And Katie Poole was a big player as well. 19 kills in that first Flagler match. Now she's just down to 2 so far today. And she will need to step up in the coming sets if Columbus State wants to equal their efforts from Wednesday night, in which they came back from 2 sets down at Georgia Regents University and won a 5-set thriller. Lechleidner Rodriguez with the serve. Kozic another dump. Kovac was ready for it that time. Back row swing. Kozic quick setup to Frame. Continuation. Merritt to set up. This one goes to KP. Skied the dig. Kovac did, and it goes into the net. That had an arch that would make St. Louis jealous. And it goes into the net for a Columbus State point. 2 points down, Katie Poole to serve. Dug out by Lechleidner Rodriguez. She maybe could have let that one go. And Valmir hits it long. Another error against Flagler. Again, up and down for Tasia Valmir. 7 kills, 6 errors. CSU back within 1 at 21-20. And they go to Hooks. Kozic goes to Skipor. Morgan digs out. Kovac on the set, going back to Valmir. Nice dig by Katie Poole. They go back to her with the back row swing. Valmir. And a whistle nearly dug out by Kozic and McCarty. It skims the floor, though, and Valmir has her 8th kill. 2-point lead for Flagler. This set going neck and neck. 22-20. Here's Mary McCarty. Dig by Kovac. Going back to Valmir. The freshman getting all sorts of action and all sorts of errors today. That's her 7th. She's only hitting .080. And it's even less now, .038. Timeout taken by Matt Affolder. Flagler would really hurt to lose this set away. CSU wanting it in the worst way. Fairly evenly matched in the attack game in this second set. CSU 12 kills against 6 errors. They're hitting 133. Not great, but not dreadful. Flagler, meanwhile, 15 kills against 6 errors, swinging at a 243 rate. But they only find themselves up by 1. Errors galore. 12 errors so far for Flagler, against just 9 for CSU, who has it under control for the most part. As the sounds of Blur encourage the teams back onto the court after the timeout. Here we go. CSU down 1. Slight wiggle room, but not much. Amelia Morgan, the quick setup to Sarah Davis. Straight down. Oh, doctor. If LeBron's not the Akron Hammer anymore, I vote Sarah Davis gets the call. Davis bringing the heat, and Flagler's back up 2. Kozic, a quick set to Bobian, dug out by Megan Hooks. Quick reaction time by her. Continuation. Skipor swings, and she knocks it out of here. Andrea Skipor firing up her Lady Cougar teammates. She's got 7 kills, halfway to her season high. And Columbus is back within 1. It's 23-22. The second set coming down to the wire. And Sabrina Rogers will serve for the tie. Rogers 13 aces on the season. She would love nothing more than to pick up a 14th. She'll have to wait at least 1. Valmir swings for it, dug out by Merritt. Kozic setting up Mary McCarty. McCarty with the kill, we're tied! Leckleidner Rodriguez couldn't control the dig. It's 23 all, and it's another timeout for Flagler. This second set so crucial, as it always is. A win by CSU, and we've got ourselves a ball game. A win by Flagler, and it becomes increasingly difficult for Columbus to come back. Not impossible, but increasingly difficult. And it's a pair of sophomores for Columbus coming up huge so far in the match. Mary McCarty and Andrea Skipor both got the start today. McCarty has 6 kills, Skipor has 7. Both hitting over 350 in the match. Part of a big reason why CSU is within striking distance of taking this second set. All they need is 2 in a row. Conversely, all Flagler need is 2 in a row. What they need is Tasia Valmir to get it under control for just a moment or 2 at the end of this set. They've got plenty of options, Valmir, Sturgeon, and Davis. Rogers closes her eyes, opens them to send over the serve. Valmir swings for it, picket fence! Kozic and Bobian, second time in this set they've combined for a block. And now it's set point for the Lady Cougars. Sabrina Rogers. A big serve coming up here. Near collision on the dig for Flagler, and all they can manage is an over. Can CSU do it here? Rogers, Kozic, Bobian, tips. Nice dig by Kovac. Sarah Davis keeps them alive. Davis with her 7th kill. It's 24 all. And now we'll go into extra time in the second set. Remember, you must win a set by 2 points. It could be 26 at this point. It could be much longer than that. Merritt nearly shanked the dig, and CSU only managing an over. Morgan, the set to Davis. Sarah Davis coming up big again. A freshman in the program only. She's got the mentality of a veteran. And now Flagler with 2 points in a row. A third would give them the set. Mary McCarty. And it falls to the floor. Flagler comes after the timeout. 3 points in a row. And a heartbreaking set for CSU. They fall 26-24, and now they're down 2 sets, just like they were in St. Augustine. We're going to take a longer break. It's the de facto halftime from Lumpkin Center. Give us 7 minutes and we'll be back with you for the third set between Flagler and Columbus State. Lady Cougars find themselves down a pair for the second straight match. You are watching CSU Volleyball right here on Cougar Sports TV. Back at Lumpkin Center for the third set. Flagler taking the first two. They lead Columbus State 2-0. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Will DeBoer behind the mic for Cougar Sports TV, and this is do or tie time for Columbus State. Just 2 days ago, they found themselves down 2-0 against Georgia Regents on the road. And after a strong halftime pep talk, they came out and won the third set 25-12. And then eventually won the rest of the match, winning it 3-2. And it wasn't Coach Casey Cornett who came out with the big pep talk 2 days ago. It was the assistant coaches. It was Laura Ann Husky and Sydney Yeomans who came out and really fired this team up unexpectedly. They're not the types that have been known to really get in the face of their players, but Coach Husky and Yeomans really did that on Wednesday, and it paid off. Now we'll see if it pays off against a Flagler team that is visiting Columbus State and looking to escape with a sweep. The first part of their Western swing in the Peach Belt season there at Montevallo tomorrow, while Armstrong, who's at Montevallo now, is here in Columbus on Saturday. Poole with the serve, and we are underway from set 3. Davis with a kill early on, and Sarah Davis continuing that mojo that she found towards the end of that second set. Coming up big for Flagler, who found themselves backs against the wall, down 24-23, winning 3 straight points and taking the second set. Kazic setting up Andrea Skipor, skips, doesn't find the line, hits it wide, and a quick 2-0 for Flagler. CSU not discouraged. Here's Megan Hooks. This time it's to Megan Frame, and Frame gets it down in time. That one was heading for the back line very quickly, but it finds the floor, and CSU's on the board in the third set. For Megan Frame, her Firth is a lawyer. 5th kill is what she got that time, and now she will serve. Joust by Beaubien, and she gets it down on the sideline. Point goes to CSU. It's tied. Kylie Beaubien, the volleyball equivalent of grabbing it and dropping it. She picks up a point. Slide play to Davis, who finds open floor. No one got in the way of that one. Perfect aim for the Ohio freshman. She's up to 10 kills, the first on either side to double-digit kills. Swinging 421 for the day. Now it's 3-3. Sabrina Rogers back in. Rogers was serving for the set before Flagler picked up those 3 points in a row to win 26-24. Valmir digs. Swing by Sturgeon. Swing your partner around and around. Get that kill right to the ground. Janelle Sturgeon. Flagler retakes the lead. Now here's Sarah Davis. And she serves it over. 2 straight bad serves for Flagler, keeping CSU in it. Here is Sturgeon. Sturgeon picks up another kill. Back and forth again, same as it ever was. Katie Poole, an awkward swing, manages to get it over. Sturgeon again. Poole digs this time. Beaubien with the dump off. And she picks up a kill from it. Hooks with the dig. No one was there for the set, and Kylie Beaubien picks up an unorthodox kill. And now Beaubien will serve. Swing by Hooks. And it comes up, hits Megan Charnett in the face. Powerful swing. And Flagler's back up. Ashley Leckleidner-Rodriguez serves over. Slide play to Frame, and the block is there immediately. Torres Lopez and Valmir teaming up. They just touched it, and it went straight down. And another serve into the net. CSU's picked up half their points in this set from bad Saint serves. Coach Affolter can't be happy about that. This is Kazic on the serve. Morgan setting up Hooks. Merritt digs out. Back pass to Skipor. Another block. The fence is up, and Torres, Lopez, and Valmirs are the benefactors. 8-6 for Flagler. Kovac to serve. Frame swinging from the middle, a whistle, net violation against the Saints. Now the sub, Mary McCarty's back in on the front line. McCarty with 6 kills today, that's second most on the team. Now here's Katie Poole. Swing by Valmir. And she picks up the kill. The block by Frame and Skipor goes out of bounds. 9-7 for the visitors. And Hooks floats it over. Kazic setting up McCarty. Morgan setting up Davis with the tip, sliding dig by Poole. Pass back to Skipor. Andrea Skipor. That's number 8 for number 24. And it's number 8 for CSU in the third set. Back within 1, looking to tie. Frame with the serve. Already through 1 full rotation. A back and forth set again. Frame setting up McCarty, and that's the magic combination. Sophomore to sophomore. Now we are tied 9 apiece. And it's an ace for Megan Frame. Amber Peony just dove out of the way of that one. Almost like someone hit the joystick the wrong way by accident. Tough dig by Kovac. Quick swing, Sarah Davis. Whew. The elevation that she got. She stands 6'1". She had another 1.5 feet on that one. And sent it down in the front half of that court. Unbelievable kill. Bobian tries to respond. Net play, Davis there again. Poole swinging from the back row. Tipped by Morgan, and Amelia Morgan picks up the kill. That's her first, to go along with 30 assists on the day. A third-year setter for the Saints coming from Fort Collins, Colorado. Longest distance of either side. Continuation for CSU. Poole with the back row swing. Tough setup and a free ball. CSU must take advantage. Bobian mistimes the jump. She's done that a few times this year. We'll see if it hurts. Continuation. Saints, Valmir swinging from the back row. 3 getting in on the block. A continue. Sturgeon floats it. Dug out by Merritt. Mary McCarty gets down! Columbus hit a big point. Long rally, and the Lady Cougars pick it up. Mary McCarty. My goodness. Now 11-all. Sabrina Rogers back on to serve. Morgan setting up Sturgeon. Janelle Sturgeon not floundering at all tonight. She has 12 kills. And another 1-point lead for Flagler. Slide play to Beaubien, and she didn't get it over the net. Oh, yes, she did. Yes, she did. Kylie Beaubien gets it over the net. The potential block goes out of bounds. And we're tied 12 apiece. Megan Charnett back in to serve. This is Janelle Sturgeon. Sturgeon, oh man. 13 kills tonight for Janelle Sturgeon. Approaching her season high. And approaching her total from last year against CSU when she had 17 kills and 14 digs in the matchup right here in Lumpkin Center. This is her place. Kazic setting up Poole from the back row, and Poole with a powerful strike. Texas Thunder for Katie Poole. That's her 4th kill. CSU keeping pace with the Saints. It's 13-all. Now it's Beaubien. Morgan passes to Valmir. Kazic, the slide play to Frame. Megan Frame! Rocket shot. CSU's in the lead. 14-13. Beaubien looking to continue the streak. Megan Hooks attacking. Kazic, cross-court pass to Poole. Katie Poole, she went straight down with it. CSU finding their rhythm. Frame and Poole on that front line. And that's the combination that has given CSU a 2-point lead in set 3. The sets to Hooks, pushes it. Beaubien digs. Going back to Katie Poole with it, this time coming up finesse. Flagler can't control. Or rather a net violation. Whatever the case, another point for Columbus State. Long rally, and that'll prompt a timeout from Matt Affolter. 16-13, Columbus State putting it together in this 3rd set the same way they did on September 27th at Flagler. Again, in that match, Katie Poole had 19 kills, still a long way to go to get to that one now. But a very balanced attack for Columbus State. 37 kills, no one has more than 8. Skipper and McCarty tied for the team lead, each with 8 kills. Megan Frame not too far behind with 7. So that is, I have to do math in my head, goodness, 23 kills out of 39 for Columbus State, coming from a trio of sophomores. And we are back. Beaubien to serve, and she gets it back over. Swing by Sturgeon. Kazic digs out. Beaubien setting up Charnett with the back row swing. A rare back row from Charnett. Powerful swing from Torres Lopez, and she picks up the kill. A very tough set from Amelia Morgan. Had to just roll it off her fingertips to stay out of the net. But she manages it, and Flagler kills the rally. Now to serve Lechleitner Rodriguez. Kazic, the slide play to Frame. Bounces the net, kills some of the momentum. Valmir on the attack. Charnett digs. Frame with the set this time, and she's called a double contact. Megan Frame, she's known to set a few times or two, and she likes setting. Couldn't get the technique down that time. 2 points in a row for Flagler. They're 1 away from tying. Kazic, cross-court pass to Katie Poole, and Poole on fire in this third set. Now she's up to 7 kills, and it's 17-15 Lady Cougs. CSU in control. Kazic serving. Take by Leitner Rodriguez. Morgan stays out of the net. Valmir hits it long. 9th error for Tasia Valmir. 9 out of her team's 14 attacking errors. And it's a 3-point lead again for Columbus. Diving dig by Leitner Rodriguez. Valmir swinging again. Solo block attempt by Skipor. Now CSU with a chance for it. Frame setting up Skipor. And it's a Flagler point. I don't think Skipor got that one over the net. In any case, it landed inbounds on CSU's side. And the point goes to Flagler. Now it's Kovac to serve. Caitlin Kovac, the libero, out of Clearwater, Florida. Miscommunication. Frame was supposed to hit that one apparently. Merritt just sends an over. Digs out that time. Another back row bump by Charnett. Skipor controls. Kazic going to Poole with it. Poole pushes for the corner. Nice dig by Leitner Rodriguez. Valmir swings. Skipor keeps it alive, and she sends it over. Chance for Flagler now. Overpass, a joust, and now Davis sends over. Katie Poole swinging for it. Katie Poole coming up big again! We've seen that a few times this set. Long rallies. Columbus State's gotten 2 of them in a row. And now Katie Poole, tied for the team lead in kills. She's up to 8. 5 kills in this set for KP. She will serve, looking to give Lady Cougars 20. Morgan, the set is to Hooks, and hooks the antenna. 4-point lead for Columbus State. It's their biggest of the set. In control, looking to get back into this match. Morgan, a tough setup to Valmir. McCarty digs. Kazic behind the back pass to Skips. Andrea Skipor dug out by Morgan. Valmir swings again. Going back to Skipor for it. Out of bounds. Hit it wide. Skipor hasn't been getting control in the more recent sets. She was 6 kills against no errors earlier. Now 8 kills against 5 errors. Dumped by Kazic. CSU taking the continue as Flagler was ready for it. Skipor swings for it. Morgan, quick setup to Davis. No chance. Sarah Davis knocking Katie Poole back. Now the impact that Poole absorbed from that strike killed all momentum of the bounce. Flagler with a big point. McCarty swinging. Dig by Leitner Rodriguez. The set is to Valmir again. And Valmir this time gets it inbounds. 10 kills for Tasia Valmir. She's the 3rd Saint in double figures, joining Sturgeon with 13 and Davis with 12. Flagler 1 away from tying. Merritt the dig. McCarty swinging for it. The block is there. Sarah Davis got her mitts on it completely. Amelia Morgan will get credit for a block assist as she went up with Davis, but that was all Sarah Davis that time. Flagler 4 points in a row. We are tied 20 apiece. And the ace for the Saints, 5 in a row. Columbus could not control the dig. Megan Hooks picks up the ace, and Casey Cornett calls a timeout. The Saints storming back. They were down 20-16. Now they lead 21-20. 4 points away from a sweep. And Columbus State, a rare instance, on the verge of being swept at Lumpkin Center for the first time this season. They have turned this arena into their own fortress, especially in October. 7-3 at home, 3-7 at road and neutral sites are the Lady Cougars. All their losses coming in 4-set matches, 3-1 each time. They have not been swept at home this year. On the verge of it against Flagler. And this season's series dangerously close to mirroring the exact same from last year. Flagler took the first match in 2013, 3-1, right here in Columbus, and they swept the Lady Cougars in St. Augustine a month later. Now 4 points away from doing it again, and it's number 4, Megan Hooks, to serve. Merritt, Kazic, slide to Frame. Megan Frame with another kill. Talk about spreading the wealth around. 4 Lady Cougars with 8 kills today. McCarty, Skipor, Poole, and now Frame. 21 all. End game of this third set, and it's coming down to the wire once again. Valmere swinging for it. Poole digs it out this time. Here's Mary McCarty hitting it long and too long. Couldn't get the wrist flicked properly. Floats it over the back line, and it's a Flagler lead again. 22-21. Here's Tasia Valmere. Kazic setting up McCarty again. And the block is there. It's Davis, it's Morgan. They both get credit for it. Sarah Davis is everywhere today. 12 kills for the freshman. Now 3 blocks. A 2-point lead for Flagler. 2 points from the win. This set to Skipor. Andrea Skipor! You could feel it from all the way back here. Skips with her 9th kill. Columbus retakes the serve. Staying alive. Can they send it to a 4th set? Sabrina Rogers in to do just that. 23-22. Morgan, quick set, Davis. Merritt keeps it alive, but not for long. If I'm the rest of the Peach Belt Conference, I am terrified of the next 3 years from Flagler, because Sarah Davis is just a freshman. And she has 13 kills today, swinging over 400. And she has the Flagler Saints on the verge of a sweep on a Friday night in Columbus. 24-22 with the latest timeout from Coach Cornett. Very evenly played match. 44 kills and 15 errors for the Saints against 43 kills and 18 errors for CSU. So Columbus erring a lot more in this third set, but not as bad as they had been in the past. Really, it could come back to the first set when Columbus committed 3 service errors and 2 rotation violations. Giveaways for the Saints. They lost that set 25-22, and if they hadn't committed those, who knows, maybe an entirely different story from Lumpkin Center. And Sarah Davis will look to provide the final punctuation mark for the Saints. 24-22, match point Flagler. And a paragraph on. Bad serve by Davis. And ends Erica Geljanite. Her first action of this third set. And that prompts a timeout from Matt Affolder. Looking to freeze the Lady Cougars, perhaps. Gail Janite, team leader in so many categories, 235 kills, over 3 per set coming into this one, but also the team leader in errors. And she has seen scant playing time tonight. Just 1 kill against 3 errors. Those were the first 3 points of set 2. Whatever the reason, she's been on the bench for most of the night. CSU getting production from some of its other attackers. Skipor leading the team with 9 kills. McCarty, Poole, and Frame each have 8. But it may not be enough. Geljanite looking to put them over the top. It's 24-23 coming out of the timeout. Another match point for Flagler. CSU with a point here ties it. Geljanite gets it over. Swing by Sturgeon. Kazic setting up Katie Poole. Dig by Peony. Sturgeon attacks. Out of bounds. We're tied. Sturgeon a fish out of water on that swing. Sent it wide of the sidelines. Now it's 24-24, just like it was in set 2. Overpass. CSU with a 3-point chance. Poole swinging. Block! Morgan and Torres Lopez. Poole coming up really big in this third set. She couldn't get it around the fence that time. And another match point for the Saints. Serving for it is Amelia Morgan, the southpaw. Merritt. Kazic. Poole. Ricochets the net. The set to Sturgeon for the win. Dug out by Merritt. Going back to KP. Flagler keeps alive. Rogers, tough dig. CSU with the over. Morgan. Janelle Sturgeon. Now here's Geljanite from the back row. And it's out. Katie Poole calling for a tip. She won't get it. And on the back row error, that ends the match. Columbus State swept at home for the first time all season. They fall to Flagler 25-22, 26-24, and 26-24. Some final thoughts from Lumpkin Center on a Friday night. Obviously disappointing for the Lady Cougars. Their 3-game winning streak is snapped. A chance to go above 500 for the first time all season, and they fall back to 10-11. Flagler, meanwhile, has completed their climb back to 500, 12-12, 7-7 in conference. And a very balanced night for CSU at the front line. No one in double figures, but Skipor with 9 kills, 3 others with 8. That's positives to take away for Columbus State against the obvious negative of failing to win a game against a team that they could have beaten. They were in every set, and they just came up short. CSU Volleyball is back in action tomorrow afternoon against Armstrong at 4 o'clock. That game will not be broadcast as we have a soccer game going on at the same time as the Lady Cougar soccer team hosts their senior night against Lander at 3 o'clock. You can come and see all those games live on the Columbus State campus. Our next Cougar Sports TV broadcast will be Tuesday evening as Columbus State hosts their rivals from Georgia College, looking to avenge a 3-1 loss on the road back on September 30th. Until then, for all of us here from Columbus State University, our director today, Allie Rice, statistician Stephen Williams, my name is Will DeBoer, saying so long and good night from the Frank G. Lumpkin Center. Final score from Lumpkin, Flagler 3, Columbus State nothing. You've been watching CSU Volleyball right here on Cougar Sports TV.